Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Coming Soon. I'm Mark and I will discuss with you new discs, DVDs, Blu-rays that are going to be coming soon to an e-tailer or, if you're lucky, a physical location near you. So I just got a box and we're going to talk about what's in said box. As I pull them out, I don't know anything about these movies or when they come out. So yeah, here's the deal. If you've never seen one of these before, if you look at the description, all those words underneath the video on YouTube, that lists all the titles, the releasing companies, the release dates, and there are Amazon links to go and pre-order them or buy them if you watch this video later. I get a little slice. You don't pay any more for those discs, but I get a little slice, percentage of the sales that go and help me find cool hats and t-shirts and 16 millimeter films and things like that. So underneath, if I leave any information out on these, it's all under there because I'm just looking at it as I pull out. So the first disc in the box, we'll put the box back over here, is Toxic Crusaders, the series. This was a TV series, from what I know about it. This was a Troma cartoon. You know, it was a weird world where things that were aggressively R-rated and for grown-ups in the 80s and 90s sort of trickled down and morphed into things that were made for kids. The Toxic Avengers movies, not particularly kid-friendly, but the Toxic Crusaders cartoon was. So this is the complete series, a Troma team production, digitally restored and remastered Blu-ray. How long is this? This has got to be good. Oh, and this is all region, too. So if you're watching this video outside of these United States, this disc will play in your Blu-ray player anywhere. We have new special features, new introduction by Lloyd Kaufman, original Toxic Invaders. That's the sequel series. Original Toxic Crusaders toy commercials and TV spots. Feature-length documentary about the making of the Toxic Crusaders video game from Retroware. Long-lost archival footage of your favorite mop-wielding mutant and bonus cartoons and more. So the deal here, newly restored and remastered. Watch the classic Saturday morning cartoon like never before, based on Troma's cult classic smash, The Toxic Avenger. The Toxic Crusaders animated series follows the adventures of that lovable, deformed creature of superhuman size and strength, Toxie, along with his new friends Yvonne, No-Zone, Headbanger, and Junkyard. Watch as Toxie stands up for truth and justice against the evil Dr. Kill-Em-Off and his hordes of heinous henchmen in this complete series collection. And the running time is 301 minutes, so many hours. I will take off the shrink for those of you who like the sound of crinkling shrink wrap without damaging what's inside the shrink wrap. Take off the shrink just to see what's inside. I'll show you the packaging since this won't be out for a little while as of my recording of this. So nothing too fancy, just two discs with cartoon artwork on it. And disc one, it doesn't say how many episodes are per disc. I'm going to presume they're just evenly split. So that is Toxic Crusaders, coming soon on Blu-ray from Troma Entertainment. Then we have Random Grab. Ooh. We have Super Spies and Secret Lies. This is from Eureka Entertainment. This is 3 undercover classics from Shaw Brothers. So again, if you're a fan of Shaw Brothers, this is a great time to be alive and have a Blu-ray player because tons of this stuff is coming out from multiple labels. This is Eureka 88's putting out Shaw Brothers. Arrow is putting out Shaw Brothers. Shout Factory is putting out box set after box set of Shaw Brothers. Arrow's got its 3rd Shaw scope coming soon. It's just insane. The company put out so many movies that you'd think, oh, they must be getting close to releasing them all. Far from it. This is The Golden Buddha, Angel with the Iron Fists, and The Singing Thief. Now, I think I owned one or more of these in VCD form when Celestial was putting these out to DVD and VCD in Hong Kong, and they were getting imported to the US via places like HK Flicks and local Chinatowns and stuff. And because I was cheap, or I wanted a limited amount of money that I had to go farther, I would always buy the VCDs. And back in the days of a 19-inch tube TV and a DVD player that could play VCDs, they were fine. Then you try to play a VCD now, first of all, I don't think a player will play it. And if it did, they look horrendous. But at the time, they were great. So the back, I'll read you some highlights from the back. Showing you the back just shows you there's a lot of text there. The Golden Buddha, Angel with the Iron Fist, and the Singing Thief. They are directed by Lo Wei Chang Sheh from 1966, 67, and 69, respectively. Total 316 minutes on this set, so longer than the Toxic Crusaders. 2:3:5 aspect ratio, so that means super widescreen. 1080p AVC encodes, and it's 2 Blu-rays, which I'll show you. And this is just region A, so this is not multi-region. Some of the Eureka, some of the stuff that comes from the labels that are UK based, like Arrow and Eureka and 88. Sometimes the 88 and the Eureka titles are like region A and B for England and America, but this is just North America here. Maybe I won't give you the breakdown on all of these. They're fun spy movies. They're fun Hong Kong spy and comedy and light entertainment films. Special 2-disc edition, limited O-card slipcase, which I've just shown you, featuring new artwork by Darren Wheeling, 1080p presentations from masters supplied by Celestial Pictures, original mono audio tracks, optional English subtitles newly translated for this release, which I always appreciate. Speaking of VCDs, if you ever saw the subtitles on some of the early DVDs and VCDs that had Mandarin and then under that English subtitles, the English subtitles were rather basic sometimes, let's say. Rather inaccurate sometimes, let's say. New audio commentaries by Asian cinema experts Mike Leader and Arnie Venema. International Super Spies, new interview with James Bond expert Luella Chapman on global Bond mania in the 60s. I'm a huge Bond fan, so that's cool. From Hong Kong with Love, new interview with Hong Kong cinema scholar Wayne Wong, editor of Martial Arts Studies. Reversible sleeve featuring individual sleeve artwork for each film, plus a limited edition collector's booklet featuring new writing on the films by Ian Robert Smith, author of the Hollywood meme transnational adaptations of world cinema. Fun stuff. So we're going to slip off the slipcase carefully because I'm particular. And it reveals it's slippery. We're going to slip off that slipcase and ooh, that is different. Look at that. Look at that. That's cool. Front and back. Ooh, I expected text on the back. That's really exciting. And then we open it up and we get one of these little flipper dealies right there. And we can show you the alternate artwork, which is pretty cool. I love Hong Kong movies. I love Shaw Brothers movies. I love 60s spy movies. So this set will be watched by me very soon. And then just get the titles there, and then the booklet. It's sort of a thin. I always show you the height. Sort of a thin booklet, but we have cast information. James Bond is my sworn brother. 1960s Hong Kong bang pian genre by Ian Robert Smith. If I'm seeing images here from the films, ooh, these sets look really cool. These look very Bond inspired, and Shaw Brothers always had a lot of budget to work with, so their movies always looked really nice. This era, they did everything. I mean, they're known primarily now as martial arts films, but they did musicals. I mean, like MGM style grand musicals. That was a lot of the stuff that I was buying in those VCDs because I figured the martial arts stuff I've seen a lot of and will be available elsewhere. But at the time, and still, I don't think anybody, unless Eureka or somebody really wants to branch out from the action genre, I don't think anybody's going to be releasing the crazy, lavish, fun, candy-colored Shaw Brothers musicals anytime soon. So if you can see those anywhere, they're really worth it. So next disc, we have from the director of Pizza, a Love Story, Slice of America. We're actually going to watch this here in the household tonight as I record this, and we're going to order pizza in, and we're going to watch this. Oh, this actually says episode 2. Interesting. We're gonna or episode 1. We're actually gonna order We're gonna order pizza and watch this, and we're gonna watch Pizza, a Love Story. It's gonna make a little cinematic pizza night. So this is Charred in the Florida Sun. This is a true fish out of water story, or should we say a pizza out of Connecticut story about a New Haven native with a love for the town's beloved a pizza, pronounced Obeats. Oh, okay, Obeats. Who does the impossible by bringing... See, I always joke about it because I'm ignorant. I always say, a pizza. Yeah, I'd like a pizza. It does the impossible by bringing the charred, thin-crusted best pizza in the world to southern Florida. In Slice of America, episode 1, Charred in the... So this is only the first episode. Charred in the Florida Sun, Jimmy Fanton opens Fantini's New Haven... Excuse me, I choke up when I talk about New Haven. New Haven-style Obeats in the small coastal town of Stuart, Florida, with the support of local Connecticut snowbirds jonesing for a slice of home and a rave review from One Bite's Dave Portnoy, Fantini's thrives and becomes a hub for pizza in Florida, with pizza lovers driving 100 miles or more just for a taste of one of Jimmy's pies. This sounds fun. Sounds like the kind of thing that, and I'm curious about the nature of this. If this is episode 1, are they going to make more of these? Is this a series? We'll all find out collectively, I guess. Director Gorman Bechard, the filmmaker behind the documentary Pizza, A Love Story, and 20 other feature films, and host pizza historian Colin M. Kaplan, named one of the top pizza influencers, so there is such a thing, by PMQ Pizza Magazine, there is such a thing, leads us on this amusing journey of pizza love and perfection. You will laugh, learn about the origins of pizza, and fall in love with Jimmy's passion, but mostly you will leave hungry. We're going to take care of that here. Wanting to experience Fantini's New Haven style a pizza for yourself. Special features, world premiere Q&A, Colin at the beach, eating at Fantini's, Colin and Jimmy joking around, trailer, and much more. This is widescreen 16:9, so it'll fill your modern TV. 2024 color, 42 minutes, so not very long. And English subtitles and in English audio stereo. This is a Region 0 DVD, so anywhere in the world this will play in your player, and it is from MVD Visual. So let's crack it open and see what tasty treasures await inside. Very intrigued by this episode 1 thing. Unless that's just like sometimes bands that were relatively new would release a greatest hits and they would call it a greatest hits volume 1, joking that, hoping they would have a volume 2. Maybe episode 1 just refers to this is the beginning of this guy's journey. So really cute cover. So yeah, nothing too fancy on the inside, but I mean, that is a pretty nice touch. I've had New Haven pizza. It's very good. It's very different from a lot of other pizza. So then we reach in and we pull out. I've heard of this. Chris Sheffield and Michaela McManus in The Block Island Sound. This is a 4K release from Synapse Films. I don't know anything about it. I've just heard about it. A film by the McManus brothers. This is, I'm guessing that does not refer to Elvis Costello. Something terrifying is happening on the east coast of Block Island. Strange forces off the east coast. A strange force is thriving, influencing residents and wildlife alike. Birds are dropping out of the sky and fish are mysteriously washing up on the shore as some residents are suffering from inexplicable emotional collapse. Harry Lynch, Chris Sheffield of the Stanford I should say, watches with dread as his father grows increasingly forgetful, confused, and angry. Very, very angry. Does he Hulk out? His sister Audrey, Michaela McManus of Into the Grizzly Maze, which is a pretty good movie, TV's The Orville, whose work in marine biology will soon prove invaluable, returns to town with her daughter and leads them all towards chilling revelations that will affect their family in unimaginable ways. It's a hair-raising new horror film from Kevin and Matthew McManus, plus tax, writers and producers of American Vandal and Cobra Kai. That's cool. So special features include audio commentary with directors Kevin McManus and Matthew McManus, original trailer, a practical apocalypse, finding the cast, filming on the water, special effects on a shoestring, Los Angeles behind the scenes, shot on Super 8. That's cool. And McManus Family Home Movies. This is 99 minutes, thank you. 2020, a couple years old, color 235, so it's super widescreen, and it is region ABC, so this is an all-region Blu-ray, so from Block Island to Bolivia, if you throw this in your player, it will just work, nothing fancy. So the slipcase slips off to reveal the same cover, shrink-wrapped, which is thorough, so we'll take the shrink wrap off. My curiosity is this just a 4K Blu-ray? Or is there also a standard Blu-ray in there? Sometimes they tuck in both. If you don't have 4K, you can still get the set, and then you've got a 4K for later. This is just a 4K. So it's a 4K disc, so you need to have 4K to get this Ultra HD experience. And a little, they tuck in a catalog. Remember catalogs? Synapse tucks in a catalog of all their in-print releases, so that's pretty cool. Block Island Sound coming soon from Synapse. Check below to figure out when it's coming out. And also, if you click on the Amazon links, you can see the technical specs that I might be overlooking on this. Here's a film that I've never heard of. This is the MVD Rewind Collection. Brings us Dolph Lundgren in Men of War. And if you don't know the Rewind Collection, they replicate the look of an old Media Home Entertainment video box cover, and they put fake video store stickers on there. And it's a lot of fun. I like the vibe. Men of War, action hero Dolph Lundgren thrilled you in Rocky IV and Universal Soldier. Now he's back in the heart-stopping Men of War. I'm going to guess 1995. Let's find out together later. Nick Gunner, Lundgren, is part of a top flight team of ex-Special Forces agents hired by a ruthless con men. This is like somebody trying to read a speech to text that I've given. I just mangle it all. Their mission to carry out a secret operation and overtake an exotic island that's located with precious jade. But once there, the agents, led by Lundgren, defect to defend the islanders against the savage attackers. It's nonstop action as Lundgren and his elite group wage war to defeat the deadly opposition at any cost. From acclaimed screenwriter John Sayles, okay, who did Lone Star, Eight Men Out, Alligator. You'll love every hard-hitting minute. Wow, that's really interesting. Special features, 1080p presentation. The main feature is in 235. A lot of 235 releases in this episode here. English LPCM 2.0 stereo and 5.1, and optional Spanish 2.0 stereo audio. Optional English and Spanish subtitles. New introduction by director Perry Lang. Archival featurette, An Unsafe Place, The Making of Men of War. That's in HD and it's 12 minutes. Raw footage, delete dailies of select scenes from Men of War. Wow, that's 9 minutes. That's standard def. Photo gallery, theatrical trailer in standard def, collectible mini poster. This is, do we see the running time on this? 103 minutes. It is also region A, B, and C. So again, from Mongolia to Minneapolis, you can throw this in your player and it'll just work. And what is the year on this film? This says 94, so I was only off by a year. So we slide off the slip case and it reveals the same cover but without the video store stuff on it, if that annoys you. Then we crack it open. And again, I love that they do this. The disc itself looks like you're looking down on a VHS tape, and it's got the texture of VHS tape, so it looks like a face label. You pop it off and whoa, hello. Dolph Lundgren is looking at you with like a British quad-style poster there. And then we have the mini poster that they always tuck into these Rewind collection releases, and it's just a mini poster version of the cover, the untainted cover, the sticker-free cover. So that is Men of War. Very curious, 90s. I'm funny with the 90s. I have no love for the 90s overall. I was in college in that era. I lived through it, late high school through college in the 90s. And I went to see a lot of movies, saw movies, a lot of movies I loved, a lot of movies I thought were garbage. And a lot of those movies that I thought were garbage are being lauded as underrated now. So, and a lot of stuff I just thought wasn't that great. So it's interesting to go back and watch things. Like I never would have rented this back then. It was a straight-to-video, action movie, and I always presumed at the time that anything that went straight to video wasn't good enough to be in theaters. And for the most part, that belief was borne out. But once in a while, I'll watch one of these things that MVD or another label resurrects. And I'm like, okay, well, let's give it a shot. And having enough time removed, it's just like, wow, some of these are actually not bad. The McBain was one of those. It was a Christopher Walken action movie that I was just like, what is this thing? And the answer is it's just a goofy Christopher Walken action movie, but it was fun. So, this is interesting. Next title. This is Abruptio. This is a new release, video fans, by Anchor Bay Entertainment. Remember Anchor Bay? Anchor Bay was huge. Anchor Bay paved the way for a lot of what DVD and Blu-ray is like now. They were a company that they really made their name on horror. They made their name on releasing endlessly the Evil Dead movies and some other things like that. And they put out a lot of the Hammer movies. I forget that they put stuff out on tape too, but it was really the waning days. It was really when DVD was really taking off. So VHS wasn't much of a thing at that point, or it was kind of fading out. But I've seen releases of theirs on VHS. I've had a few. I think I had a Maniac release of theirs on VHS, and they would have like the covers would open up and have like all the liner notes inside the cover, and the DVDs they always had like commentaries and really nice transfers and good extras, and again the Hammer stuff I first got from them. So Anchor Bay was really huge, and eventually they kind of moved away. I think they got bought out by Stars with a Z, STARZ. And I think eventually they tried to be much more mainstream releases, and then they just kind of faded away, or they got swallowed into Stars or something like that. So anyway, somebody has resurrected Anchor Bay, and I think they have like 3 new titles that are kicking it out. And Abruptio, I'm going to give it some kind of a foreign lilt. Abruptio is the first. And what is it? I have no idea. Let's read the back of the box. No, I can't, because there's nothing on the back of the box. But we will take the slipcase off to reveal a totally different cover. That everyone's a puppet. Those were puppets on the cover. Okay, cool. This has stuff on the back. This I can tell you about. Horror DNA says this is audacious, charming, and full of macabre humor. Sounds good to me. Les Hackle hates his life. Or if he's French, Hackle hates his life. He works a dead-end job, was just dumped by his high-maintenance girlfriend, and still lives with his nagging mom. One night, he discovers a fresh incision behind his neck. His friend Danny tells him it's a bomb that someone has implanted in his neck, too. This film is taking a turn. And then he messages, the messages start coming in, forcing Les to carry out missions with deadly results. Les is partnered with a series of oddball characters to commit heinous tasks. The violence escalating around him, Les pieces together the clues that reveal the horrifying plans to breed a monster. Maybe I've read too much. Maybe this just gave away too much. But this sounds very fun and interesting. Features James Marsters from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Christopher McDonald from Happy Gilmore, Hannah Mae Lee from Pitch Perfect, Jordan Peele from Key and Peele, and very successful horror director, Sid Haig in his final film role, and Robert Englund, who needs no introduction. But I will. He was Willie the Nice Alien on V. Special features, a new kind of horror interviews with the performers and filmmakers, audio commentary by writer-director Evan Marlowe and producer Carrie Marlowe, audio commentary, so there's 2 commentaries, track with puppeteer Danny Montooth. This is Region Zero, so once again from Argentina to Alabama, you can pop this in a player and it'll just play. This is, do we have a running time on this? This is hard to determine what the running time is, so I'm just going to say it is over 60 minutes. Crack it open, bare bones. Got that? Is that everything? There's one more. So that's coming from Anchor Bay. Look below to see when and how to get it. And lastly, we have, this is interesting. This is one that I had gotten a streaming link to watch, and I just couldn't get around to it, and they sent me the DVD. So initially it was, I think, just on demand or just in theaters, but now it is coming to DVD. This is Last Shadow at First Light. This is out from IndiePix Unlimited. So I'm never quite sure. I believe this is coming out on DVD. Again, if the link below will tell you that. Should be on DVD, but IndiePix Unlimited is a streaming service that is sort of one of those sub-channels you can subscribe to on Amazon Prime. So the logos on the back are IndiePix Unlimited and Prime Video channels. So if you go to your Prime Video channels or Amazon Prime, or just type in Last Shadow at First Light on Amazon, it'll probably take you to the page to rent or watch this. A poignant and stunning exploration of trauma's impact on individuals and families, says Chris Jones from Overly Honest Reviews. Clearing the palate mentally. Haunted by recurring apparitions, 16-year-old Amy, portrayed by Mihaya Shirata, embarks on a mysterious journey from Singapore to Japan in search of her mother, who went missing during a cataclysmic tsunami. Upon her arrival in Tokyo, she meets Isamu, portrayed by Masatoshi Nagase, her cynical, tax-driving uncle, who becomes her custodian and reluctant guide through the ravaged landscape of her family's dark past. I did start watching this via that streaming link, and visually it was really good. So I'm very curious to watch this YouTube channel, and eventually you'll see me review this, but what little I watched of it was certainly very well made. There's a director's statement. Interesting. Director's statement. This film explores scars left on individuals who wrestle with different forms of escape from the same traumatic past. We shot on location in Rikuzenatekanaka, I'm very sorry, one of the worst cities hit in the 2011 tsunami disaster. Although the debris had been cleared, the coastal part of that town remained as undeveloped, flat blown earth. Being there, I felt a profound existentialism, which led me to making a film that captures the emotion of arriving at a faraway destination containing the memory of a personal tragedy, but also asking us, what is the future? That is Nicole Midori Woodford. This is from 2023, 16:9, originates in Singapore and Japan. It is in Japanese with English subtitles. 109 minutes, drama, color, 2.0 stereo, and not rated. So that is available, I believe, on DVD, but certainly on the IndiePix Unlimited and Amazon Prime Video channels. And next we have nothing. So that is all I have to discuss this week. I will join you once again, or hopefully you will join me once again when I have more discs and things to discuss that will be coming soon.